What's up, Goddess Gang? Today we are back with another video, and today we have a very exciting feature. We are featuring the Madam Glam Secret Garden collection. This is the collection that they debuted for the month of April 2025. And you guys, this is by far one of my top favorite debuts from Madam Glam. Now, as you guys know, last month we unboxed the pastel spritz collection from Madam Glam, and I was so excited about those. And then I got these and I was like, oh my goodness, they have done it again. I don't know what it is about Madam Glam, but they are so good at just pulling the string and really just always having that all-encompassing feeling. These colors are pretty much like core colors, but they are also a little pastel, but not too pastel. So they are just so stunning and beautiful. And they definitely do give me the spring feeling. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a lot of well, first off, it's going to be all real-time footage. So all of this is real-time footage. I will admit at some points I was so tempted to speed the footage up because I'm not going to say it felt boring, but it definitely felt like redundant. However, I want to leave it in real time because I want to show you guys the real process behind creating beautiful, flawless nails. I know that sometimes people may look at other people's work and they may think, oh, their work is so beautiful. How are they able to do that? And sometimes when people get really good at their craft, their ability to make it look easy increases. So sometimes you'll see someone who's really good at something and it looks easy, but that doesn't really particularly mean that it is easy. It just means that the person has practiced over and over and over, and they have mastered, basically, like they have mastered the skill set in order to perform the skill over and over again. And that is what makes it seem like it is easy. But the time that goes into it and the self-sacrifice and, the grit that you need in order to succeed is constant. It's just, there's an illusion, if you guys get what I mean. So, in order to sort of I really want to just always try to show you guys the real life behind the camera and not always show you guys everything that looks flawless and it looks so good. And the downside to being really good at your craft is that a lot of people begin to, well, I won't say a lot of people, but there are people that begin to envy you, or they begin to feel self-doubt, or they're discouraged about their own ability to perform. And so for that reason, I want to give you guys glimpses into the back end of what it really takes, and just let you guys see that it's not always so fast and it's not always so easy. But, if you do put in the time and you do put in the effort and you have a positive mindset, then with time and consistency, it does become easier. And so that's really the purpose of this video, not only to showcase these stunning colors and work with them to see what kind of beautiful designs we may be able to create, but also to show you guys a real time, uh, you know, footage of what it really is like in the back. All right, so now that we got that out the way, I want to talk to you guys about this ombre brush. This is the ombre brush that I recently unboxed on my channel from Beetles. And these are the dual-ended brushes from Beetles, which I absolutely love and do recommend. Now, I will say I'm not totally crazy about the ombre brush. It's a little challenging to work with. I almost like wanted to Google or, go on YouTube and look for a tutorial, but I'm like, it can't be that complicated. And the thing about it that I find that me personally, that just gets under my skin about this ombre brush is that it actually takes time. It takes time. You have to go over it, quite a few times, and you got to really just almost become one with the craft and kind of just immerse yourself into it and allow yourself to get lost, because the brush itself will do a good job. But if you try to force it, or you become impatient, or you don't really have a gentle feather when you use it, then it begins to become a bit overwhelming. I would say I definitely felt a bit overwhelming. I mean, a bit overwhelmed. So, that was my first impression with this ombre brush on this set. And I was just like, you know what? It's going to take a little bit of time. I need to calm down. I need to relax and just focus on, being one with the polish and, feeling each stroke. And so there's a point where you could see that I was getting impatient. And then there are points where you can see that I'm like, okay. And then after I used the ombre brush for a couple of nails or a few nails, I decided to go over to a different brush, which is actually from Born Pretty. And it's just like basically like a polygel brush, but I wanted to try that one out to see how I would like it, and you guys will be able to see. And I want to get your guys' feedback on whether you like the ombre brush or whether you would rather use the sponge method or a regular, like a cleanup brush or a polygel brush to kind of blend the colors. Also, some people will just simply use a liner brush, like a super ultra fine liner brush. So that's something that you could also use. And I want to know what you guys prefer, or for example, if you have a different preference for different designs. Like if you're just doing a two-toned ombre, would you rather use this? Or if you're doing a like a I'm not sure really. But I want to know your guys' feedback. I really want to just understand if I'm doing it correctly with this brush, or if there's something I could do differently, or like I almost felt, I don't know. I don't know. I almost feel like I want to try multiple different ombre brushes as well, like a couple of more different brands to see maybe if I have a certain preference between one brand's brush versus another brand's brush. So if you guys have ideas of ombre brushes that you recommend, because I'm totally open to the idea that like there's different products from different brands that just work better versus others. And that's just the reality of consumerism. I mean, you know, everyone has a preference. And so that's what I want to get you guys' insight on. And I want to know what you guys think about how I'm doing with these ombres. I will say that I don't know if I was using too much polish. I don't know. Like I felt like I was dragging too much of the polish down the nail. So then I would go in and kind of like clean my ombre brush off and then try to, feather it out so that, it wouldn't be so, like the color wouldn't be so opaque, so it wouldn't be so opaque. And also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but these are um the X Pro the X Pro tips, the acrylic soft gel system from SXC Cosmetics. I really love these nails so much. The only thing I don't like about them that much is the fact that they're not longer. That's why you guys don't see me wear them very often. At the end, we're going to actually put them on, and you guys are going to see the length on them. They are a pretty beautiful length. However, I just really love long nails. And with these being so like such a good quality, and they already have the French tip, it's like laser printed on there, and it really looks good. It's a good. If you have not invested into that product, I definitely recommend it. It's easy for beginners. And who can beat this French tip? The smile line is perfect. The nude color is perfect, at least for my complexion. Now, I wonder if they have multiple different nude colors. I'm not sure, but it seems like it could be pretty universal, because it's not really too pink. It's more of a nudish color, which I really like. And I wanted to accentuate the opacity level of these polishes by Madame Glam, the Secret Garden collection. I'm not sure I mentioned, but you guys can save with my discount code. It will be linked down in the description. I always have all my discount codes linked over on my my about page or whatever they call it these days on YouTube. So you guys can always go there and you can get access to all of my discounts. I have plenty of them. And I have some of my favorite products linked over on my Amazon storefront, which you guys can also check out. And I haven't updated in a while, but everything on there are all things that I use consistently and that I definitely do recommend. Um, but yeah, so this is basically. Oh, I wanted to talk to you guys about a new series that I'm going to be starting. And this kind of ties into it. And this is a little bit of the reason why I wanted to show you guys the real time. So, as you guys can imagine, sitting here doing these nails and creating all the content, it is definitely a lonely process. You have to do it by yourself. You know, you can't really hold a full blown conversation with other people in your environment or just do anything you want. Like, you don't have the freedom of movement when you're filming, or, like right now I'm voice recording. I can barely breathe deeply, because you guys can hear it. And there's all these different things that go into the back end of this lifestyle, the lifestyle of a creator and the lifestyle of an artist and an entrepreneur. And so I wanted to show you guys in real time also how boring it is. I mean, this is not for everybody, and it definitely can be pretty boring. And what I realized is that I love a boring life. I used to be very impulsive and just not able to like relax and enjoy life itself for whatever it is. When you grow up in a survival state of mind, you sort of have to always have a problem or always have a catastrophe in order to feel safe or comfortable, just because that's what you're used to. And with this, doing nails and being an influencer, recording videos, testing products, all of this, you have to live a boring life. You can't really do you can't really do a lot realistically. I mean, I know it sounds pretty depressing and I don't want to be discouraging to anybody, but it is a lonely life. And so I'm going to have a series on my YouTube for members, and it's going to be talking to you guys about the behind the scenes. And the reason it will be for members is because I am going to put a lot of effort into it. So you guys, if you do join the basic membership, so the cheapest tier, you'll have access to it, no worries at all. But also, I want to go ahead and put it in the members only so that if anyone is actually interested, then they can go ahead and they can, invest into, the time and into the membership in order to really watch what I'm going to talk about and all the things. And I'm going to tell you guys more about it. I haven't fully planned it out, but it just dawned on me recently that I wanted to do this. And that way it will also be separate from my main channel content, which is public and it's all free, to everybody. But it will just help with a little bit of organization on my channel, because this is not really where I want or I anticipate to give you guys a series like this, but this is a new idea that I decided to go ahead and pursue. And I thought that it would be good to test it out on members only, and then that way my general audience is not affected by it. I hope that makes sense. So it's something that I will have there for anybody who's actually interested, who may say, hey, I really love, what you do, and I might want to do it too, but I want to know more about the behind the scenes. And or maybe you're already doing something like this, but you're not really finding the success, or you're not feeling the sense of community that you want to feel, or you just want some guidance and things like that. Then, of course, that will be for everyone who feels that way. So I'll tell you guys more about it, but I did want to at least introduce it because I'm very excited about it. And it's going to be something new that is also going to kick off our memberships, which we're going to have a lot more footage for our members. Also going to be gifting memberships. I'm going to have to start going live for we're going to have members only lives, but we're also going to have weekly lives or bi-weekly, one or the other, for the general audience. And that's where I will tell you guys basically more about everything we have going on at the Goddess Gang, and really give you guys behind the scenes in real time. So the behind the scenes footage will not be exclusive to members only. It will be on the main channel too, but the more series and the educational, boring format stuff that people probably don't want to see, that will be behind members only. And you guys will be able to meet me there and we'll have a good time. Also, another purpose of me doing that is because I want to build more of a community with you guys and I want us to be able to lean on each other more. If you are an OG on this channel, then you guys already know the vibes. But if you're new, then I just want to let you know that I love to basically collaborate and interact with anybody and everybody. I definitely know that there's a lot of people that look up to what I do, and I always want to let you guys know that I'm here anytime you might need me. We are all in this together. We're all privileged to be able to do something that we love, and it's not that easy, to be honest, to forge your life path in a way that will enable you to be able to do what you love or what you have a passion towards. And so that is the reason why I always try to encourage us to collaborate together and to encourage each other and to work together as much as we can, because of the fact that we we're all like in this video, I'm at a desk by myself. My family can't interact with me because they can't distract me from my filming. Even right now while I'm doing this voiceover, I'm in a room by myself. Even I had to tell my cat earlier, I'm like, leave me alone, girl, I need to work. you know and um you know it's an empowering environment, but at the same time sometimes the walls can feel like they're caving in and you can feel like you just have so much weight on your shoulders and you don't really have anyone who can understand. And speaking of which, on a whole different note, which you guys know what I mean, so I don't have to continue to beat a dead horse, but on a different note, I do love the fact that this collection is called Secret Garden, because last summer I decided to start gardening and oh my God, it changed my life like I cannot even explain, in such a wonderful and beautiful way. So this set, or I'm sorry, this collection by Madam Glam actually just really, as they say, it kind of hits me in my feels because I can totally relate to it in so many ways. And I think that's the beauty of creating community and working together to share products and share knowledge and like, you guys are able to see a lot of products on my channel and you're able to hear a first person reaction. And I've also given a lot of gifts through my Goddess Gang Now Art Challenge and through different giveaways, and I've given gifts out of just pure generosity. And so a lot of the members of the Goddess Gang actually have used products that I recommend also. And so you guys have the benefit of going over to their platforms and seeing what their perspectives are too, to see, maybe they have different preferences than I do. And that is something that we have been able to all cultivate together. And it's taken time and it's taken a lot of effort and consistency and discipline. And those are the things that I do plan on talking to you guys more about on the back end, because it's not easy. And I know sometimes when you guys see me doing unboxings or you see me creating nail sets, you might think like, oh, she's, so lucky, or oh, it's so easy for her, or, it's natural for us to feel that way. But in reality, anyone can do it. And it's just about making the choice and about having the passion and pursuing the passion, also about identifying what it means to you. For me, now art might mean one thing, and for someone else, it might mean something totally different. Also, you guys, on this nail set, I wanted to create something that was very, very easy. So you guys see, I put a lot of time and effort into my ombres, and at the end, I went in with a sort of marble design. And I even did the laziest type of marble design that you can probably do, which was to just scoop the paint up onto a piece of paper and then just drag it across the nail spontaneously. And you guys are going to see the end result. You have to let me know what you think, because I really, like, I don't want to tell y'all, but I'm going to tell y'all my reaction. I Listen, you guys, this is why I did this particular nail set, and this is how beautiful art can be and how beautiful craftsmanship can be. I loved these colors so much, and I thought they were so stunning together that I did not want to I wanted them to just be, I just wanted them to be, and I didn't really want to interfere with them or oppose upon them. So I literally said, you know what? I'm just going to like throw the paint onto the nails and I'm going to see how it turns out. And it turned out so beautiful, and the effort was so minimal. And so I hope that by the end of this nail set, when you see the final reveal, and you see how simple this was, and just it did take effort, it did take focus, but also it took self-belief and it just took action. And everything else, if I would have thought that it was bad, I mean, look at this now, for example. It's really not that cute. It is kind of ugly, but the colors are so stunning on their own. And that is what my purpose was to just show how colors can go together and how they can complement each other, and how sometimes when you just let it be messy and let it be basic, let it be regular, don't feel the need to do anything extra, you might get something that you're really proud of and you couldn't have even imagined. And so sometimes it really is that easy. I hope that this nail set demonstrates that to you guys, because I loved the end result. I honestly wanted to go ahead and do the other hand so I could wear them. But what I do want you guys to do, if you don't mind, is drop down in the comments and give me some design ideas, because I'm a little torn. I want to do designs that just accentuate these colors individually, but I also love them so much together that all the ideas that I have instantly make me think of doing like something that incorporates all of the colors. So I want your guys' feedback on how I might be able to pull that off. But look at the end result, you guys. You cannot tell me that this is not stunning, and you can very vaguely see the French tip on some of the nails, which I loved. I loved how subtle these nails turned out. And I just really think that this was a total slay. Thank you so much, Madam Glam, for inviting us to try out the new Secret Garden collection. And I am so amazed by how you guys are always able to create so many beautiful, amazing, like this is yet another purple, you guys. I'm tired of telling y'all how amazed I am by those purples. And then at the end I realized this one was a cat eye and I didn't even know the whole time, and I felt so betrayed, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So you guys, tell me what you think down in the comments. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys enjoy the rest of this clip. Thank you guys so much, Madam Glam, and please, you guys, be sure to check them out. My discount is linked down in the description. What's up, Goddess Gang? Today we're going to give a special shout out to Madam Glam New York. As you guys know, we absolutely love Madam Glam at the Goddess Gang. They have so many beautiful colors to choose from. You can either get individuals or you can save by getting bundles. They have full size and they have mini size for us girlies who are a little indecisive. Not to mention the color palettes and the actual formula itself is just absolutely wonderful. Babes, when you check out at Madam Glam, you can select to check out as a VIP member for a subscription, or you can choose pay as you go and use my discount code to save.